In mid-2022, fans began to notice that Chris Tyson was changing.
I'm not gonna lie, I've been seeing all type of racist comments from this Chris. What's happening? Why y'all digging up his tweets?
Chris went from lighting campfires and raising a family with his beautiful wife to now trying to be a wife with his man buns and long nails.
I be rocking a man bun sometimes. What you talking about? And I'll fuck your mama.
Becoming even weirder when each member started to pay each other compliments.
Hey, nice shirt. Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Nice shirt.
Nice shoes.
No matter what MrBeast does, he's gonna get hate. And the thing is, this is something that he didn't even bring upon himself. It's just somebody in his group, in his friend circle, that decided they want to do something with their life, and now MrBeast has to see and take all the fucking backlash. Let's get cozy, chat. Get cozy with me. Snuggle up. You about to listen to a talk for 10 minutes.
The Chris Tyson situation could become a complete disaster for MrBeast
Yo!
brand. However, it may also provide some
I'm not gonna lie, I've been seeing all type of racist comments from this Chris. What's happening? Why y'all digging up his tweets? I see talking about some slave tweets, some black tweets, some gay tweets, all type of, what the hell? Islamophobic tweets, all type of
unique benefits. So let's begin by going over the drama before explaining exactly how this will impact the MrBeast channel. In mid-2022, fans began to notice that Chris Tyson was changing. In the early days, he represented the quintessential southern gun and truck loving dude.
Really?
Yet beginning in March 2022, Chris began to display increasingly feminine traits, making tweets such as "I finally got my nails done at a nail tech."
Damn, how do you do like a 180? Like, if anything, I'll never expect like a camo wearing, truck driver driving, shotgun shooting, beaver hunting, squirrel catching, like, you know what I'm saying? To be like, you know? Do you think he was hiding it from himself the whole time and he went to the extreme so nobody would catch on? Or like, something just changed or something?
Additionally, Chris would highlight that his facial appearance
Why nigga said cousin fucking?
had changed significantly since the start of the pandemic, which accompanied another post reading, "Okay, so in 4 different customs I had to prove I was myself because I quote look nothing like my passport pic, so much that I'm considering updating my passport. Do you see any resemblance?"
Damn.
Prompting replies such as "You went from man to boy." Chris responded by stating, "Nah, to be honest, I just really started taking my mental health seriously and eating better," yet his Twitter photos kept insinuating that Chris was becoming more feminine, with this same kind of look showing up in his MrBeast appearances. For example, on the 6th of January 2023, Beast Reacts uploaded a video titled "I strapped a GoPro to a fish," in which Chris dressed in a way that prompted comments such as, "Chris has been adopting more and more traits that remind me of my grandmother." Okay, so some people just gonna ignore Chris's nails.
Okay. I'm not trying to be, not for anything, right? Nothing to do with him being whatever, like all that, right? These nails is ass. Like, these nails is just dog shit. I don't care if you're a man, woman, trans, these nails is just shit. Like, I'm sorry, this shit is terrible.
Insinuating that Chris was becoming more feminine, with this same kind of look showing up in his MrBeast appearances. For example, on the 6th
like some old lady nails, bro. Like, no, bro.
of January 2023, Beast Reacts uploaded a video titled "I strapped a GoPro to a fish," in which Chris dressed in a way that prompted comments such as, "Chris has been adopting more and more traits that remind me of my grandmother." Okay, so some people just gonna ignore Chris's nails. Chris had to have lost a bet. The look is getting wild. The response to the video then prompted countless viral TikToks, such as this one with 700,000 likes, stating, "How did Chris go from this to this?" While others even made the claim that Carl had turned him gay. Now, this was pretty ridiculous.
Who the hell is, wait, Carl Jacobs? That's a Minecraft person? You about Carl Jacobs? Carl Jacobs is gay? I don't know. No? Then what the fuck is y'all talking about? Why would Carl turn a nigga gay? This nigga's Carl? It don't matter if he's gay, but why would he turn him gay? Well, we're gonna explain. Like, how would he? I don't know.
As Carl isn't even that feminine, and Chris had come out as bisexual years before he and Carl had even met. The true catalyst for Chris Tyson's feminization.
He's been like, you know what I'm saying?
instead seemed to have come from his marriage. In January 2022, Chris would post a photo with his wife to his Instagram, yet after this, the family photo stopped altogether. Fans also noticed that he'd removed his wedding ring, with the ring's absence correlating perfectly with the very first post in which he'd painted his nails. Chris confirmed the split in a post from March 2023 reading, "For a little over a year now, me and Katie have been separated," with this also confirming that Chris's transformation began as soon as his marriage came to an end. Chris went from lighting campfires and raising a family with his beautiful wife to now trying to be a wife with his man buns and long nails. As the critic,
I be rocking the man bun sometimes, nigga. I be, you know what I'm saying? I haven't in a minute, but when I got the ponytail and shit, what you talking about? And I'll fuck your mama. I ain't on that other, you know what I'm saying? Don't come for the man buns, nigga.
criticism
That's just some nice hair shit.
continued to pile, Chris announced that he'd be taking a break from social media. And while there was a possibility that Chris would make efforts to return to his former self, he'd rather do the opposite and double down on his feminine image, showing up to the Kids' Choice Awards looking like this, before making the announcement that he'd been doing HRT for approximately 2 months, which according to a quick Google search is the medical process for changing genders. Chris would expand on
So HRT. So what did he take? He did like a low dose of HRT so his body would stop naturally producing testosterone and it produces a lower amount of HRT that a male would need, right? That's what he probably did. Oh, hormone. So it could be any hormone, estrogen. Do estrogen. I thought he said, I was thinking about TRT. My fault, gang. I thought about TRT. My fault, gang. He started taking estrogen pills and shit.
this by stating, "Informed consent HRT saved my and many others' lives. The hurdles GNC people have to jump through to get life-saving gender-affirming healthcare in a first-world country is wild to me.
SRT, okay, yo, shut the fuck up.
Just let people make informed decisions about their own bodies," which received a positive response from both Carl and MrBeast, who wrote, "Got you, I did one more heart than Carl because I'm a better friend." While his co-workers expressed positivity, others weren't so welcoming. "There goes a father figure the kid won't ever be able to look up to. Hard times create strong men create good times."
So do you think that's tough. Do you think I don't know.
Good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Weak man times. Chris responded to this comment by stating, "This is just more dog whistling that somehow trans and GNC folks aren't safe around kids."
What's trans and GNC folks? What's GNC folks? That's like the store. Gender neutral. What's the C? Gender non-conforming? Oh, okay. This is just more dog whistling that somehow trans and gender non-conforming folks aren't safe around kids. Oh, okay. Tucker begs for me to come back when I leave for like 2 days to film. He's so loved and happy. Kids aren't born with hate. It's how about people like you and my child will know how to love.
Tucker begs for me to come back when I leave for like 2 days to film. He is so loved and happy. Kids aren't born with hate, it's taught by people like you, and my child will only know love. I know I'm going to be a great parent, and so is every other person who puts the love of their child before everything. I made this decision because I wanted to show up as my best and happiest self for him. In a way, this was for Tucker. Chris's response received some positivity such as, "I'm convinced you're an amazing father. Tucker is lucky to have you and also lucky to have all of those who surround and support you in his life, as well as I adore that, I'm glad you made that decision. It's so much easier to be a parental figure when you're not struggling with dysphoria," yet he'd also receive an equal amount of backlash. "You ripped apart your family and took a father figure away from your son just so you could paint your nails and act zesty. Pathetic. He will get torn apart at school, won't want to have friends around his house. A life full of difference and being alone. Must have missed the point in that tweet. How's this for him when you're depriving him of a father figure?" Although Chris wasn't altered by these comments, as he'd once again reiterate his certainty in a new post reading, "It's never too late to start being yourself," which received praise from MrBeast as well as Nolan and Carl. However, these comments also added extra fuel to the fire. In a few years, look back at this thread and remember they were never your friends. Only yes men cowards. Hope you come out of this safe. MrBeast responded to this with a simple opinion irrelevant ratio, to which the original commenter would state, "I have 30 followers, so go ahead and ratio me. I'll still rest easy knowing that I'm not a coward who idly sits by watching my friend ruin his own life." In some ways, it was nice to see the boys standing up for Chris on Twitter. However, the situation has already begun to change the dynamic within the video.
Oh, nah. And there's not even a dislike bar no more. There's not even a dislike bar no more, nigga. Niggas clicking that shit.
For example, in a recent live stream titled Opening 1,000 Mystery Art Boxes, Chris would once again dress in quite a feminine way, and while everybody participated as usual, the energy and vibe didn't feel nearly as smooth as it normally does. It felt as though there was an unaddressed elephant in the room, and therefore everybody was in their head, as opposed to being in the present moment enjoying each other's company. Maybe everybody was simply too busy opening packages, but Chris did make these bizarre jokes about Jimmy being female, making him incredibly uncomfortable.
Oh my god, Jimmy, look, they drew you. Jimmy, they drew you so well. It looks just like you.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god, it's Jimmy.
How did fan art? This is what we were looking for. Be brave, be honest, be kind, Mr. Beast. That is my tagline.
Becoming even weirder when each member started to pay each other compliments.
Hey, nice shirt. Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Hey, nice shirt.
Thanks, dude. Nice shirt.
Thanks. Nice shirt.
Nice shoes.
I don't know if it's awkward because all the social media shit, and he doesn't know, like, he knows he has a magnifying glass on him right now, or if it's awkward because, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
For the most part, the live stream was devoid of awkward moments. However, it would act as fodder for another 100 million views worth of drama and criticism. Chris likely believes that people will slowly adapt to his new appearance over time, but is this really going to happen? Well, maybe. It's difficult to say as the situation is fairly unique, especially when considering Chris's reputation and influence. However, if Chris continues to transition, would it be unreasonable to say that he could jeopardize some of the personality traits which made him a successful member in the first place? Perhaps the opposite will happen, and he'll instead pick up new personality traits that better resonate with the current MrBeast audience. This was put forward in many comments.
It could, because you know your hormones really change, like a lot of shit about how you act throughout the day, your personality and all that shit, bro. Like whether you're happier, have more energy, shit like that. So it could like literally energy-wise could be a bit. It can make it better or it could make it fucking worse.
Comments supportive of Chris, who implied that there'll be millions.
Stop fence sitting. What do you want me to say? What the fuck you want me to say? What the fuck you want me to say? You already know what the type of nigga I am. I don't give a fuck what the. I don't watch MrBeast video. I don't give a fuck about what fucking niggas do. What the fuck would they? You know what I'm saying? Shit don't affect me, nigga.
Kids who look up to him, although this doesn't necessarily.
I don't gotta, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand it fully, you know? I'm not being honest. I don't understand it fully. Like, I'm not. That's it. I don't know what's going on in their brains and shit. I don't know.
Of Chris, who implied that there'll be millions of
What do you want me to tell you, bro? You want me to talk like I know, like I'm God and know that this nigga is just doing some bullshit? Like, I'm not God, nigga. I don't know what he's going through, what his brain is feeling, what is going on, what he, like, I don't.
Kids who look up to him, although this doesn't necessarily mean that it'll add
I know
any
me,
value
though.
to the video.
I know me.
MrBeast has likely cultivated a massive LGBT audience, all of whom are already watching anyway, and if we've learned anything from Hollywood in recent years, it's that adding over-the-top LGBT characters for the sake of relatability rarely works as intended.
Now, my only thing is that people be using it as an argument, right? People be using it as an argument, because we just haven't seen this yet. We just haven't, because it's too early and shit. Do you think there's a difference? Do you think a child being raised in like a family, what is like, you know, whatever the fuck you want to call it, are they gonna, is it gonna be like different? Is it gonna affect them? And in a few years, we're probably gonna see like the outcomes of that, maybe and shit, you know? That's gonna be something to, like, you know, keep an eye on and shit. And if if there's no negatives, like the child comes out perfectly fine, civilian, in human, I mean, in society and shit, then what the fuck is there to be upset about, bro? But if you notice a change in kids and shit and how they're being, like, then it's like, okay, we gotta have a conversation.
And is often nothing more than a distraction from the premise of the movie or video. On top of this, it can be uncomfortable and unrelatable for the silent majority, although as we have seen, a situation like Chris's does have the potential to create an otherworldly amount of discussion.
I want to see that. I want to see a conversation with like trans parents and explaining how they raise their kids and shit. I just want to see if it's different. I literally want to see. I want to see if it's different and shit.
Which could be.
I do feel like knowing like masculinity and shit, if you're a boy and shit, is important. Having that figure is important in a way.
Seen as a benefit for the MrBeast brand.
Drama is
Cause like even though my dad, you know what I'm saying, went and got milk, I still have my uncles and shit. I still had some homies, fathers and shit to look at and shit. I still had uncles, you know what I'm saying, to know what the fuck to do. Still had my grandpa when he was alive and shit. I do feel like seeing both the mother figure and the father figure is important though. Masculine and a feminine figure in your life is important.
That would be an easy way to up my
The problem is this type of situation is probably the last thing that MrBeast wants to attract, as he's forced to agree with Chris's position, as he has no way of manipulating the situation without being painted as the bad guy. It's a lose-lose situation for MrBeast. I think Jimmy is in an inescapable situation. If he kicks out Chris, cancelled. If he don't, his channel will die for real. An inescapable situation.
Yo, that nigga is in a situation. Yo, literally in an inescapable situation. Literally. He's gonna get hate. No matter what MrBeast does, he's gonna get hate. And the thing is, this is something that he didn't even bring upon himself. It's just somebody in his group, in his friend circle, that decided they want to do something with their life, and now MrBeast has to see and take all the fucking backlash while he's just doing the best content on fucking YouTube.
Is a pretty good way of describing the drama, which is also why it deserves the harsh label of being a nightmare. Jimmy has no option but to publicly express acceptance of Chris's transition, as silence or even worse, disapproval would come with obvious severe repercussions. However, in accepting Chris's transition, Jimmy implies that this will be the new normal within the content, thus annoying a different group of people, many of whom will never express their true feelings. And
Resident Evil tonight, or we just throwing that one in the dumpster like Hogwarts?
That shit's not going near Hogwarts. That shit not going
may
near
rather
Hogwarts.
simply click on fewer MrBeast videos. If this is the case, Jimmy has no option but to accept this fate, as removing Chris from the videos in any kind of way could create an even more severe media firestorm. The only clean solution, should things go south, might be for Chris to resign himself, and even then rumors and bad press will be unavoidable. Whether it be
yeah, that is like his only safe option. If shit getting too hectic, he can't handle all the attention, he's like, yo, Jimmy, you know what I'm saying? I'm out of this, you know? That is the safest option if shit goes left.
Arrogance or ignorance, Chris seems oblivious to how this whole thing might impact Jimmy, forgetting that he achieved his current level of success by avoiding this exact type of drama.
Damn. Damn. That's tough. That's tough, gang. Drama.
Any fans that would be mad at a content creator being trans were fake fans and didn't like them to begin with.
Okay, but chat, you gotta understand. I don't know if that's facts, because let's say, no. Let me explain to you. If YRG was a fan of me for me and what I do and how I talk and what I say and the opinions that I have, and then shit starts changing, my opinions on shit start changing, my personality starts changing, like everything just flips. I don't expect everybody to still be there. That's like, I cannot expect that. I can't expect everybody to still be there. I just can't. I wouldn't expect that. You know, because I'm literally, you literally fuck with me for like who I am as a person. And now if I change as a person, I cannot expect niggas to dip or for me to get a different following from somewhere else, bro. That's just IQ, bro. That's just IQ. That's just reality, bro. Not gonna lie, if you became a female, it would be a bit weird.
Said I'm on 3+ right now, if I'm being honest. Hope my feelings shoot out like a rocket. Niggas thought they had the swag, but I'm really on it. Look at you, just window shopping that new bag I bought.